Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am here today with Parsa, Eris, and Evie, and today we have a continuation of our top 10 lists. So we've done a few different videos like this, but we are going to continuing down the path. Today we are going to be doing our first attacking position, I believe. We are going to be starting off with best left wingers in the world, okay? So top 10 left wingers in the world according to our podcast. Same criteria as before. This is overall quality. It's not based simply on form or this season. Again, transfer market basically. So they have to be a left winger or left midfielder. We included those as well to this list, okay? But before we get into it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. As always, much appreciated for the continuation of this channel. It's gonna start off with honorable mention, boys. 16 players in total. There was 9 people that sent over their lists. I will let you know who those 9 are. So it's us 4 that are here: Greg, Parham, Serge, Amirali, and Jasser as well. So 9 people in total. I believe this is the first list that we have. There are no ties at all. So even honorable mentions, even top 10, no ties at all. Literally different points, all of them. So this is going to be interesting, okay? We are going to start off with a player that ended up with 2 points, okay? Only one person had this player in their list. That player was Mitoma. The only person that had Mitoma in their list at 9th was actually Serge. Yeah, Serge isn't here, so you can't really talk about Mitoma. I feel like that brother has had a little bit of a drop off the last couple of seasons, I would say. He had that one season where he was like insane. But other than that, broski needs to go back to university and do another thesis or some shit like that, bro, because yeah,
Bro has more theses than fucking goals, man.
Yeah, not much to be said about. Like any thoughts on Mitoma from you guys, real quick, or
No, boys, let's move on. Fuck that.
So from one Premier League left winger, we are going to continue to another one. This player ended up with 3 points, okay, and that player is Gabriel Martinelli. I will let you know who had Martinelli in their list. 3 points,
bro.
Yes. So Greg had him in at 10. Parham had him in at 10. Serge also had him in at 10. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone want to talk about Martinelli, bro?
Don't even give it any time.
Trash.
The prem bias is going kind of hard with some of these mans.
Bro.
I mean,
this
it is
so trash.
It is just
wrong. I love
just
Martinelli.
1 point.
I want to see him do better, but
it is just 1 point though,
It's
bro.
a waste of a 10th spot. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rather have Mitoma there.
Those Arsenal mans just gave it to him for like a pity vote, 100%, just for the representation, because there's no other winger that they're gonna have on this list. So
the only good thing about him is like how much they paid for him. That's all I'm gonna say. They didn't really pay that much. But other than that, like
he's cheap. He's cheap.
And he's technically still young, so like who knows?
Yeah,
in 5 years, he could be proving us all wrong.
Yeah, I still rate him, but that brother needs to learn how to like pick up his head when he's sprinting, bro. He's always sprinting with his head down. I don't know why. But yeah, not much to say about Martinelli. He did have that 1-6 season, I will say, so let's give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. There was a point where people were comparing him and Garnacho. I think we did that as well. I'm pretty sure at one point we were comparing both of them. Dumb and Dumber, basically.
Was that saying the two cheeks the same mass? Basically, that's
it's not even worth a comparison, bro. It's like
crazy. Alrighty, boys. Well, damn. So far we've had 2 EPL players, okay, and so far we haven't been we haven't been rating the EPL a lot, but we are going to continue to another EPL winger, okay? We are going to continue to a winger that ended up with 5 points. And that player is Anthony Gordon, okay? I will let you know where we had him and who had him. Amirali had him in at 9. Jasser had him in at 9. Parsa had him in at 10. Only you 3.
Like, he's not the flashiest player. If you look at like the top 15, 20 like dribble success rates in the league, I don't even think he touches top 20, honestly. But he was like the player of the year for Newcastle last year, I think. Nothing flashy, just a hard worker. I just like him. I think he's consistent. He can be clutch for them too. And I think he's been a really important player for Newcastle's system.
Honestly,
thought about him too. Good player.
Yeah, out of the 3 Prem mans, he's the one that like I would agree with being in this top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Enough with the EPL glaze, even though they were in honorable mentions. We are going to continue to, some people will consider this player a star boy. And that player is Kenan Yildiz. Ended up with 6 points. I will let you know who had Kenan Yildiz in there. Both of those people are here right now with us.
No?
Nah. Nine didn't even contribute to the list, bro. But no, so Eris had him in at 10. And I had him in at 6. Yildiz.
This is way too high.
Nah, I love him, bro. I can't lie. I love Yildiz.
Yeah,
I
that's
have.
some bias, bro.
Hey, don't
How's it
tell me, bro.
biased,
He
bro?
he has a
Biased
picture
for
in a
what, bro?
Barcelona jersey when he was like 6 years old or something like that.
Nah, it's because my barber's Turkish. That's why, bro. You know.
Oh, so he's gonna mess up your hairline if you say something bad.
He just said bad things about Guler, so he's got to say good things about Yildiz to
Gotta
balance
even
it
it
out.
out. Gotta even it out. Nah, bro. What do you mean? Like Yildiz is class, bro. Why don't
Yildiz
you
is,
rate
yeah.
Yildiz?
I mean, he had like one or two good months. That's it. I'm pretty sure he's disappeared now. Does he even start, bro?
Occasionally, bro. But Juve
No, I
is a
don't think
mess.
he starts anymore with a new coach.
But Juve is a mess in general, bro. Like I'm not gonna take that into factor with
And
him, bro.
even when he has started at times, like they've been playing with that 3-4-2. Once he's been playing like as a left cam as opposed to like left winger at times.
Yeah,
which-
but also like, first of all, like I can name 10 better wingers than him. Like I'm not saying he's not
No,
good. He
same,
probably
but
would
that's
be
why I had
better.
him at 10th because I was like my 10th spot was kind of like a player I really rate that I want to like that I see the
Yeah,
potential. You know what I
exactly,
mean? That's why I had him in 10th. 6, yeah, I feel like it's a bit too high, but like
I
at
love him,
10th, I did justice.
Bro, like yeah,
I rate
6 is kind of crazy. If he says 6, like in like top 10, like promising wingers, like
What-
young people,
what
I
can-
get that. But
What can't he do, Evie? I'm curious. Like according to you, what can he not do?
I don't know. I haven't watched him that closely. I just
Get
know he's
playing
not like
time,
the flashiest guy though.
Well, he can
Just
dribble.
so-
He has a banger shot on him. He can pass. He can like he can run. He can sprint. He can.
I mean, also from like the Turkey performance too, he was pretty invisible for Turkey
I mean,
compared to like Guler at least.
yeah, but I think he's a bigger talent than the Guler. Me, like so. I have
I
him
don't
in
know.
there.
Let's see if he can produce. I don't think he's done enough to warrant the top 10 spot though.
We are going to continue. All right. Still honorable mentions. We have 2 players left in honorable mentions. 7 points. We are going to go to a player in La Liga. Now, only me and Eris had this player in as well. And that player is Alex Baena. Okay.
Nah, y'all are crazy to not have him in there. What?
Well, I will let you know where we had him. So I had Baena in at 10th. Eris had Baena in at 5th.
Top 5, bro.
Yeah.
Top 5.
Wow.
He's absolutely class. And again, you've known I've talked about my 2 favorite players on Villarreal, Benya and Pino, but he's kind of fallen off after the injury. Pino's kind of making a slight comeback, but he's not doing what Baenya's doing. Absolutely class. Can find anybody on the pitch with his passing. One of the stats that I really like. So I know we rag on, for example, XG because it's not like the best metric for attackers, but expected assists when it comes to creators, I feel like it does them more justice. And if you look at Baena this season, he's actually underperforming expected assists. I think he's supposed to have by expected assist metrics like 12. He has about 8. That just goes to show what like he's creating all these chances. He's just lacking a fine finisher, right? Like he's creating these quality chances, these key passes, these key moments in the match, and he can find anybody from that left wing side. The past 2 seasons, he's also had incredible numbers. I think last season he had like 18 assists or something like that. Double
14.
check if I'm wrong. 14 or 18.
Yeah, I can't lie. His numbers are really good. I forgot about him, but bro, let's not forget that La Liga Anthony tax. Okay, let's
Bro.
add that into consideration.
Yeah, but this,
Okay, McTominay.
yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, he's
McTominay.
always a baller. To be honest, I always liked McTominay.
But yeah, no, I rate him so highly, and Get knows that. And I had to like put him in. When I feel maybe you guys think 5 is too high, but I just think he's absolutely class, and he's still young. He has time to improve.
No, I love that brother. In terms of the chances created, he's up there for sure. Like he's in the like the Bruno realm, basically. Like that's how good he is. We are gonna continue with our last honorable mention. Okay, this is a player that I feel like a lot of people either love or hate, kind of. That player with 11 points is Jeremy Doku. I will let you know who had him. So Greg had Doku in at 8. Parham had Doku in at 8. Serge had Doku in at 10. All EPL mans. Yeah, all EPL mans.
Yeah, show me Doku against the right back that's under the age of 30, bro.
Crazy, bro. Those 5 assists against who was it? Bournemouth, bro, or when was it? Like last year or something like that.
He's just not, I don't think he's a high IQ player. And like
yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's very easy to like kind of like almost like force him into the sideline into an uncomfortable position because he won't be making like I've seen him play and sometimes there's passes that he should be making instead of dribbling that he doesn't do. And if you're a smart enough defender, I think you can easily control him. But yeah, man, like this guy will like find some opponents and like against some matchups he's crazy. And I think that was just like that is like Pep's kind of goal of having him is just like a bit of like a special weapon in the kit. You know, it's not a part of his main strategy, but it's something that like sometimes if he's really struggling against a team, he can kind of pull it out. And I think that's all he's ever going to be in that team. It's kind of sad. Yeah, I don't think he's top 10, man. Like that's kind of crazy. His dribbling is insane. Like his dribble success rates are pretty good, but yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, everything that you said. Basically, the IQ is in there. Final decision is there. In terms of speed and skill and dribbling, dribbling maybe not skilled, but he's probably one of the best. But I just think he lacks the IQ personally. We are going to be entering our top 10, okay? In 10th spot, 13 points. We have another EPL man, Cody Gakpo. I will let you know who had Cody Gakpo in there. Evie had him in at 8. Greg had him in at 7. Amirali had him in at 8. Jasser had him in at 8. Not good company to be in, Evie, I can't lie. But why'd you have Gakpo in there, brother?
Just for every time I've seen him, bro, he's always like been dangerous on the ball. But again, he's probably not a true winger, even though he's classified as such. Very clinical finisher, like when it matters, right? So
he's nothing special. I'm gonna keep it short, sweet, simple. That's my opinion, bro. He's nothing special. You know?
He's good for the Netherlands, for Liverpool. When I see him, I feel like there's just a lot left to be desired.
I agree with that.
I mean, he was very good at PSV, right? So
And that's what I mean. Like, I need to see something like a breakout crazy season from him before I can include him.
This
in
guy
list.
brought up Anthony at La Liga, but then he's talking about Eredivisie, man, bro.
Eredivisie is better than La Liga, bro.
Crazy. Hot take, bro. Hot take. Anyways, let's not dwell on Cody Gakpo, okay? We are going to be going another EPL man in at number 9, okay, with 20 points. We have an adorable man. You can't hate this, brother. We have Heung-min Son.
Oh, okay. Finally, the only one that actually deserves to be on this list from the EPL.
Damn.
That's a crazy shit.
The EPL left wingers kind of have been mid, like for like this past season at least.
Yeah.
Even Son, he's had a fall off, but like we'll get to the rankings obviously, but like he's had a fall off, but like overall quality wise, Son is class.
Parsa had him in at 5. Evie had him in at 7. Jasser had him in at 10. I had him in at 9. Eris had him in at 4. We are the only ones. Those are the only people that had Heung-min Son in.
So again, I'm not speaking specifically this season because I know we do overall quality. This season he's kind of had a fall off for, by his standards. But if we go back and look at 10 years now, right? He's been at Spurs for 10 years now, or possibly longer. He's been absolutely world class. Him and Kane at the time were carrying Tottenham because Tottenham, respectfully, absolutely trash for most of those things. And he's had absolute class numbers. So, you know what I mean? Him and Kane, well, not just him and Kane, him and Mora and Kane dragging him to, a UCL final back then. He won, the Golden Boot that one season. He can assist. He assists all these players. Like, he's a class player. So
put the trophies in the bag, bro.
Yeah,
0 trophies. I know. That's why. Like, don't get me wrong. 4 is probably 2, but like overall as a player.
He might win his first one though, eh?
He might. So keep laughing, bro. We'll see on Wednesday.
Bro, the thing is, like, this guy just had this like memorized because he went to South Korea. So
I wasn't in South Korea.
I was talking to the Korean girls. He, I guess, like part of his pickup line routine.
The Korean girls is different, but I wasn't in South Korea though.
No, but he's right. I mean, I had him 5th, so not so far from Eris. Drop off season. He's getting older too, and wingers. Unless you're like superhuman, age is like your biggest enemy. You can't really like be old and still a great winger unless like you kind of become central or something like that. But man, this guy's like dropping like double-digit goal and assist seasons like back to back for like how long now? Like I've lost track. Probably would have like honestly, he's like one of those players that I think deserves like something. Like he deserves like an EPL or UCL. Like it's kind of sad that he doesn't have anything. But yeah, man, he's world class. And yeah, like Eris said, also not really that many good LWs in the EPL this season. Nothing like crazy. So I think he's like probably one of the best ones.
Also, just from like overall quality and work ethic, which I heavily favor the overall quality here, but we're talking about a guy that's also done it like in left mid and also striker in his career. Like he's definitely like flexible in terms of like, when some players get older and they transition to new positions, and he's definitely shown he can do it everywhere. So
yeah, no, I would have had him higher. I think his form is dipping, bro. I'll be honest. I think he's towards the end of like his career, and that's why I had him pretty low. If this was a couple of seasons ago or something like that, I would have had him higher, but I just don't know if he has the capabilities to do it in the biggest stage anymore, basically, after this season or the last 18 months or something like that, I would say.
Arsenal fans don't rate him, eh?
Crazy,
Imagine they win the Europa, bro. That'd be crazy.
Crazy. Those brothers hate him since that miss against City. Remember that they were like, "Yo, he did it on purpose."
That's crazy to think that.
The conspiracy theories, Arteta and his little minions. Alrighty, but we are going to continue. Number 8, our first baguette muncher. We have Bradley Barcola in at number 8 with 24 points. Everyone had him, bar 2 people. Those people are Greg and Serge. So they
That's
do not.
crazy,
They
bro.
had half the EPL in there,
They-
brother.
That's crazy.
Jesus Christ, bro. Come on. And you're telling me
Alright.
EPL bias isn't a thing.
Crazy. Alrighty. Well, I will let you. Well, maybe they didn't watch him enough. You know,
No, that's
maybe
fair. No, that's
maybe
fair.
maybe they saw that he isn't starting regularly anymore. You know, like you never know. You never
Mhm.
know. But all I'm saying is, if he goes to Arsenal or some shit like that, I know Greg's
Oh,
gonna have him
number
as a
one,
number one,
yeah.
bro.
Oh my god.
Barcola, okay? I had him in at 7. Eris had him in at 9. Parsa had him in at 6. Evie had him in at 9. Parham had him in at 9. Amirali had him in at 7. Jasser had him in at 6.
He started off the season so hot. Like, he was our main goal scorer, main assister, like, popping off. Extremely fast, really talented, can score, assist. The reason I had him so low is because ever since Kvara came into PSG, he kind of lost the starting place, and I feel like that's kind of affected his confidence. If you looked at that second leg against Arsenal where he did start, some of those chances, we could have beaten Arsenal way
Yeah.
more than we did. I'm hoping, because he's still young, he will end up picking up that form and, you know, build his confidence, be able to finish those chances in the future. But just because of that, like, last, I want to say 4 or 5 months, I kind of, like, I couldn't put him too high. I thought, like, I love the kid, but there's room for improvement. So 9th is
I'm surprised Dewey took his spot though.
and maybe, like, in a year or two when we do this list again, he'll be up there in, like, the top 5, hopefully.
Yeah, he's a great diver, though, against Barcelona. Araujo, great diver.
Great diver, yeah, my ass, bro. This brother. This brother
Crazy.
has conspiracy theories.
Nah, but he's good, bro. The only thing is, like, yo, like, I heard that he might not renew with you guys.
Yeah,
So
he
that's gonna
probably
be
won't.
interesting. Honestly, a lot of people are gonna go in for him if he doesn't renew with you guys potentially.
yeah.
But great player, great player. I think a couple of things that he can tweak still, but I really like him, bro. Alrighty, boys, we are going to continue in at number 7, 35 points. Okay, so that's a decent jump from 24 Barcola to 35. I have good news for you. This is our last EPL player. Okay, we are done. That player is Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz ended in at number 7, 35 points. Parsa had him in at 3. Evie had him in at 6. Greg had him in at 9. Parham had him in at 6. Serge had him in at 4. Amirali had him in at 3. Jasser did not have him. Eris did not have him. I did not have him. I'll let Parsa start because Parsa had him in the top 3 left wingers in the world, bro. Why'd you have Luis Diaz up there, bro? That's a little
Bro,
bit crazy. I
I
can't
think
lie.
he's like really a threat. Like on his day, he's not consistent. You know,
On his
he
day,
can be
when?
really
February
stupid.
30th? Is that his day?
I don't know, man. In terms of value, like he's up there. Like we're talking, like still pretty young. This guy was crazy for Colombia too when he was playing. You know, but like also like have some empathy. Like this guy was like fighting like a cartel to bring his dad back too.
Yeah, he hasn't been the same ever since that, bro.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know honestly. It's just kind of vibes. I kind of fuck with him. I don't know. I don't really have any stats to back it up, but it doesn't really have any crazy stats. But I mean, he's really good, bro. I think like anything below 5 is crazy for Diaz, or like not having him in your list is kind of crazy too.
Honestly, his stats aren't even bad. 13 goals, 5 assists, 3
Yeah.
goals Champions League. Like
It's probably the best
obviously
left winger in the
slowed
EPL.
down, but yeah.
I mean, you just said EPL doesn't have a lot of good left wingers. So,
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's probably the best one.
Yeah, no, but like, bro, I don't think he has the IQ. I don't think his finishing is the best. Passing isn't the best either. Like,
He's explosive though. Like I think that he fits like the Prem very well. And I know he's also been pretty like he has a pretty good defensive work rate too. Because I know at Porto he was always tracking back.
if I had to put one thing, like that's probably it. Like the grinta that he has, like most South American players do. But other than that, I don't think he's anything special. He was linked to Barca, bro, and I was praying that we wouldn't get him. Doesn't look like we will, so I'm happy with that, bro. But yeah, nothing
Kind of
special in
ugly
my opinion.
too, though.
What?
Kind of ugly too. I don't know.
Crazy, bro. That brother's been through enough, man. But Eris, anything you want to add on that EPL man, or?
Not much, bro. I can't. I just didn't have him in my top 10. Didn't think he was worthy.
Like I said, Diaz ended up with 35 points. Now, this player in 6th place ended up with 37 points. That player is Desiree Doué. Okay? So Eris had him in at 7. Parsa had him in at 8. Evie had him in at 10. Greg had him in at 5. Parham had him in at 7. Serge also had him in at 7. Amirali had him in at 10. Jasser had him in at 7 as well. I had Desiree Doué in number 1.
Damn.
What?
For
Yeah,
overall quality, fair. No, that's fair. That's fair
I
for
love
overall quality.
Doué, bro. I love
Bro,
Doué, bro.
what? There's no way.
No,
I
overall
love him, bro.
quality, bro. Watch
I
him
love
play,
him,
bro.
bro.
Look,
This
he's,
was generational in my opinion, bro.
Due
he's
is
techie, yeah, but
bro. Listen,
he's
listen.
been dumb as. No, I swear, he gets.
Nah, pull up his stats right now, bro. Because I
No,
actually
his
went and
stats are
checked
actually
it.
good. No, it's double digits, both goals and assists.
He's insane and everything. No,
bro,
but
bro.
even like his metrics, I was looking at it on
Yeah.
fucking what is it called? The football.
He's not double digits overall. He's double digits, yeah,
Yeah,
but not
overall, that's
in the
Bro, but
league.
like he's not better than Vinny
yeah, but
or
overall,
Rafinha. Like,
bro,
like
now
what
we
are we
care
saying
about the
right
league.
now?
You guys dog the league, but now when it's like overall double digits, now it's like, oh, but in the league, like,
Crazy.
No,
No,
bro. First of all, I like him too, but I'm just saying, like, he just started out, right?
I
I've
love
always rated him. He's always had high potential, but even when you see him play, like, he'll make so many dumb mistakes. He'll have like one like back heel flick here and there, and
Okay,
he'll
yeah,
lose
'cause
the
he's
ball
young.
right after.
And
He's
he'll
young,
dribble
bro.
too much a lot of the times,
I don't
bro.
care, bro. I don't care
but
if my
he
winger
has the
loses the
confidence,
ball once or twice, bro. Yeah, like I want a winger that's
He's not as
skillful.
dangerous as Kvara or Leao, bro.
He
Like,
is,
you're
but the
not
thing is
scared
that
to see him on the ball.
he is young. He still has that confidence. The fact that he's trying all this on the biggest stage too, in the Champions League against big. We went through every EPL team, and he's doing it against them, right? Like he has the confidence to do that. Yes, he did make the mistake. And I wanted to go back to the second leg with Arsenal, where I think Barcola played him through. Instead of playing Barcola through, he had two defenders on him. He takes like the shitty shot. We should have played Barcola through instead, like back, and then he could have scored. But bro,
I think every winger has that, bro. You're not gonna have a winger that's like perfect in their decision making, like everyone.
Even
Even
they're counting
he's
fucking
so
Coupe
fun
de
to
France
watch.
fucking stats in their overall
nah,
metrics.
he's my favorite. He's my favorite left winger, bro. When I watch him play, he's my favorite left winger to watch, bro. 92nd percentile expected assists, 89th percentile shot
Yeah, but
created,
it's easier
access
to do that when
89.
you're facing fucking Nimes and fucking
Success,
90 every
bro.
week,
He
bro.
did it against Liverpool, Arsenal,
Progressive
Villa,
progressive
and,
carries,
Man City, bro.
93rd
That's the entire
percentile.
point.
Successful take-ons, 97th percentile. Tackles, 97th percentiles. Interception, 90th. Blocks, 89. Like he's green all over the charts, bro, as well.
Is he starting for PSG?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
he is
now.
now,
It's
yeah.
him, Kvara, and Dembele. He's out on
Wait,
right.
are these
Kvara on
stats?
left.
Show me the stats sent like for Champions League only, not the league.
I don't know, bro. I'm not pulling that shit up
Okay,
right
there
now.
you go. The
I'm just
league,
doing
they're
bro,
fucking
but-
20 points ahead.
Brother.
They have so much space. They literally dog the league, score 5 goals every.
Keep that in mind for your list, eh? Because
I had him. No, I had him on my list.
he's not the only French winger, like the
I
only
had Barcola
PSG
as
winger.
well, and I had Kvara. Kvara, I'm basing it off Napoli too.
I think
Like,
first is crazy, bro. So you're saying he's Ballon d'Or level then? Is that what you're saying?
I think it's
I-
generational. I think him and Lamine Yamal,
okay,
on
forget
there
about the
as well.
generation. Okay, so
Yeah.
you're rating it on like
the quality that they have.
the quality that they have, but you're saying he's
Yes.
so
For a
you would
19-year-old,
you would
you
start him
saw
over
that
Rafinha.
Neymar regen post.
You would start him
didn't you?
over Rafinha right now. If you were going
What?
to a UCL final, would you start him over Rafinha right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
that-
I can make boys.
Bro.
I can.
Yo,
Doué and Yamal on the wings, I love that, bro. Rafinha's
Boys,
a different, bro.
It's dumb and dumber experience. Lamine is the reason you guys fucking lost against Inter, bro. He carried the ball and then you fucking lost it.
You can't say he's the reason that we lost, bro. He's the,
Bro.
he's the reason we were in the game still,
Bro, I'm talking about the last 5 minutes. It was your inexperience. You really want an
Yeah.
inexperienced, two inexperienced wingers like that, bro. That's where it matters. That's where
Okay, bro, you're
experience
asking
matters.
me if I would want him in my formation, in my lineup over Rafinha. I'm talking about the quality of it. Obviously, Rafinha has more experience than a 19-year-old.
So he's
like-
better right now. That's what I'm trying to say. Rafinha is better right now. So you would
Experience
pick him-
doesn't necessarily mean better. Lamine has how much experience, but he's probably the best winger in the world, no? So your theory goes down the drain right there.
Bro. It's a combination of the two. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, bro, how? Like
Because you're trying to when you're doing a top 10 list, I feel like it's a combination. You're trying to find the best player that has a collection of different skill sets.
I'm doing it based on quality, bro. The quality that I think that he can dribble, he can shoot, he can pass, he can create, he can he tracks back decently as well. Like, what do you want me what do you want me to say, bro?
I think I had him on my list because I think he's generational too. I think he's amazing to watch, bro. Like
He's my favorite winger.
Watching him and Lamine play is actually like it's like like footy's back. That's what it feels like. But yeah, I had him like 8th or something. Like I think I had him 8th because I'm just
I know.
not enough experience.
I know Aris is proud of me right now, bro.
I am proud, but you boys want me to make Ghent hate Doué with just one sentence?
What?
Doué is who Neymar and Ronaldinho thought they were. Clickbait. We need that.
First of all,
No.
no one believes that, brother. No one believes
Bro,
that,
that was
brother.
a joke. I know.
the
but
fries in
I
the
just
bag,
thought. Nah, bro. Doué is absolutely class. Like, the reason I had him 7th is like there's so much room for improvement. He's only 19.
Yeah.
Like this was only gonna go up. And like you said, you can't just argue with like he doesn't league, brother. He dogged the entire Premier League. So I don't know. Like,
Bro,
on the
against
final.
Liverpool, he changed that game, bro, at
Oh, yeah.
Anfield. Alrighty, we are entering our top 5. 39 points, 2 points above Desiree Doué. We have Nico Williams. I had Nico in at 8. Eris had Nico in at 8. Parsa had Nico in at 9. Evie had Nico in at 5. Greg had Nico in at 6. Parham had Nico in at 5. Serge had Nico in at 8. Amirali had Nico in at 6. Jasser had Nico in at a 5.
Bro, he's just a baller. The fuck? His Europa performance, bro? No, his Euro performance with Lamine, like,
Yeah,
killed
no,
me,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, no, like, bro,
Why
everyone
everyone have him higher? What the hell?
that I don't.
Because the Barca links aren't there anymore.
I lied. You rejected us. That's why. Final ball isn't the best sometimes. Decision making isn't the best sometimes. And also, I don't know. He's just a little bit raw. Pause.
He's
But,
stinky, bro. He lost. He got pocketed by 16th place. Relegation
Great.
battle United, bro.
He didn't even play the second game.
Yeah,
bro.
he was injured.
First game he
Him and
did.
Iñaki.
First game with a man down, bro. Put the fries in the
But even
bag.
before that, it was still 1-0, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, there's
But
literally a message of you saying, yo, Bilbao is killing us right now.
I was wrong. I should have believed. I should have believed.
But yeah, no, Nico Williams, like, yo, he's still young, bro. He can still improve, you know, like, there's still a lot to improve, but I just don't think he's the full package right now. That's what I think of him. But I would love to have him, bro. Like, you know, he's still young.
Pause.
You love the youngins.
Crazy.
Like you said, like his final ball and finishing need a little bit more work. He's got
Yeah.
the pace, he's got the pass, he's like electric. It's just that's gonna come with time, right? With experience.
Yeah, for sure. And it's gonna be interesting to see if he does move this summer. Last summer he only stayed because he thought they were gonna make the
final, and then
Europa
Barca
final,
happened.
and then United happened. Amarim happened. But we will continue, okay? Oh, so this is a decent jump. So Nico was 5th with 39 points. 4th is 57 points, okay? In 4th spot, we have Evie's own Rafael Leao. I had him in at 4. Harris had him in at 6. Parsa had him in at 7. Evie had him in at 3. Greg had him in at 4. Parham had him in at 4. Serge had him in at 5. Amirali had him in at 5. Jasser had him in at 4. Parsa hates Teo. Parsa hates Leao, basically.
No.
Parsa hates
No,
Milan
actually,
in general.
I think Teo at 10, bro, was
Leao's actually like top 5 like in this list in terms of like skills, like technical ability. He's incredible. He's my favorite player from Milan. He's kind of like lazy. Like sometimes I feel like he could be doing more and he just doesn't do it. Like I can tell he can do more and he's not pulling his weight. Also, like I'm scarred by Rashford, bro. And like when I look at him, like they kind of share like similar profiles in some ways, especially the way they like contribute on defense. So that was kind of like an important one for me, bro. Like I hope he finds like I don't know, like a system or a team where like somehow like he finds himself on the inside where he's able to like commit like and be consistent. But like it's just not enough. Like I see too many like inconsistencies, so I had to put him like 7.
Talent-wise, bro, he's the best left winger in the world. Like, I think he's better than Vinny. He's better than Rafinha. Better than Vara. Like his talent, like his technical ability is insane. Just the way he can, if he when he wants to, he can control the game and win the game for Milan. Like that's when he wants to. Like when he has that look in his eyes and he dribbles through everybody, bro. In the world stage, he's literally like gone face to face with Vara and beat him every time. So again, like it's just a matter of like his motivation to actually win the game. But yeah, his biggest weakness is that he just doesn't give a fuck. Like he's lazy and he doesn't track back. Yeah, and I also just think another weakness that I think he might be actually working on this, but it's like his finishing. Shots are either right at the keeper or like over the top of the net. But yeah, just like technically he's one of the best, and his assists are also insane. Like just the way like that he finds the open player. Yeah, I love him. I just wish he actually like gave a fuck. Like I wish he actually cared.
Honestly, they covered everything, but like you said, with Leao, it's that laziness. Like
Yeah.
if you could bring that like that energy out of him, you know, like where he does track back that one time when he does do it, you're gonna get a superstar. Again, it's not like I had him super low. 6th, I feel like is a reasonable shout. But
Yeah.
That's hella low, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, but whatever.
yeah, but y'all didn't have Bain.
He had him in at 7. Parsa had him in at 7, bro.
Yeah, I was low from Parsa too, but he rated Teo 10, so
That was so funny, bro. Left backs.
Nah, Leao, I had him in at 4. He would be higher for me if he wasn't the laziness, like we said. There's a German man that can help him out with that. And and the finishing as well, like you said. I think he needs to improve on that, basically. Those are the main 2 reasons. In terms of talent, he's top 3 in my opinion. So I would have him maybe 1 position higher, maybe 2. But yeah, Rafael Leao. I want to ask you finally, because you've been on the fence about this at times. Yes, no. Would you sell Rafael Leao as a Milan fan?
For 150 million, yeah, why not?
That ain't happening, first of all.
That's his release clause, bro. Like, I think Milan
Bro,
is adamant on that.
Yeah, when's his contract up? 2027, no? 2 years. Ain't no way you're getting 150
How
for
much
that,
was
bro.
Kvara go
120
for?
then. Fuck.
Vara was 80.
Bro, you're getting 80 mil
I
for
think
him.
Var
so.
I'm
pushed
telling you
himself
right
out.
now.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like
I
70
think 80 to 100 is fair for him. It's like
80
fair
for
mark.
pushing yourself out is pretty good. Like, that's high.
Yeah. So wait, so yes or no, you would sell him?
I would sell him for, okay, realistically for over 100 mil, because that way you can actually rebuild the team. But yeah, I would still be sad to see him go. I'm not gonna lie.
There's so many times you said fuck
That's
this man, bro, but alright.
Yeah, bro, I get cheese because I get cheese at him because I know he
You
can
know
do
his
better.
potential. Yeah, I know. You're
Exactly.
disappointed in him.
That's his
Yeah.
toopy, bro.
Yeah. Alrighty, boys. But we are going to continue. We are entering our podium. This player finished with 73 points, okay? Some might say that this is a rivalry that they've been having, these two players. So fourth and third. So in third spot, we have Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, okay? Eris had him in at 2. I had him in at 5. Parsa had him in at 4. Evie had him in at 2. Greg had him in at 3. Parham had him in at 2. Serge had him in at 1. Amirali had him in at 4. Jasser had him in at 3.
An absolute amazing talent. And we saw it back again, with the Napoli title winning season. He can do everything. He has the technical quality. He's got the dribbling. He's got the shooting. He's got the passing. He's got, I'll say the speed, sure, because he is technically kind of fast. Maybe not relative to like an Mbappe or like a, oh my God, I'm blanking right now, like a Barcola, but like he does have that speed. He has that creativity. Outside of like that Barcola moment, he's been the catalyst that's kind of changed our season. He tracks back. Oh my God, as a left winger, he does the defensive duties. The second leg against Arsenal, I'm watching him come back because Nuno was kind of off for a little bit there. He was making some dumb mistakes. I'm watching Kvara track back and pocket Saka, bro. Saka's getting pocketed by a left winger. It was crazy. Literally, overall quality is absolutely insane. And he kind of changed our entire season. But even before that, as I said, he's been amazing at Napoli. It has to be
I was
top
gonna
3.
say one thing though, that in his last season at Napoli, he was actually quite bad. Like he didn't perform that much. So there might be like a mental thing too. But one big weakness that he has is his off-ball movement. Like if you see him play, he wants the ball to come to him, and then he kind of like makes his way up the pitch, right? But if you put two mans on him, which is what like teams were doing in Italy, he you lose the game there because you're putting two mans on him. He doesn't know where to go. Sometimes he dribbles himself into trouble, or he does like a shot straight at the keeper, right? So again, he can be very predictable at times, but I think at PSG you see him shine better because you have more attacking options, right?
I was actually really surprised by his defensive abilities. I saw that game; it was insane, bro. Like it was like coming back, like he looked like a left back at some points. So I love that, and that's like I've said this a lot of times. Like I rate that as a really important skill, and he's just so fun to watch, bro.
That brother lost points because can't pronounce his last name, bro. I can't lie. But no, I'm just kidding.
It's like Maradona, bro. Then you're good.
Nah. But nah, very good player, bro. Still young, relatively young. He's like 23, 24, I think, or something like that. So I thought he was older for some time, but nah, he's pretty good. I still would take Leao over Kvara. I know that's like a debate that we've had. Me personally, I love Leao. I just think he has the X factor, in my opinion, that Kvara has as well, but Leao just has it more, in my opinion, personally. But other than that, he's very good. Dribbles, creates. Not the fastest, I would say, but can still beat a man. But I can't lie, though. I have seen him pause.
You've seen him beat off a man?
That's crazy. Oh,
Crazy, bro. Crazy. Nah, that's someone's Rolls Royce CB that does that.
Oh my God.
But or does he just record it? Anyways, so yeah, not the fastest, but like I said, I've seen him get pocketed as well. Napoli, Barcelona against Koundé. Koundé had him in his pocket. I can't lie. So
Calabria pocketed him too.
Damn.
Calabria.
Crazy, bro. That's Eris's right back in the auction.
Yeah, bro. That was crazy. Crazy.
That auction was hilarious.
God damn.
We are going to continue. All right. So top 2. So second place ended up with 81 points. First place ended up with 82 points.
Damn.
In second spot, we have Mr. I'm going to do it 10 times better. We have Vinicius Jr. in at number 2. I see everyone smiling. I will let you know where we all had him. So,
This is gonna be exciting.
Vinny Jr., I had him in at 3. Eris had him in at 3. Parsa had him in at 2. Evie had him in at 1. Greg had him in at 1. Parham had him in at 3. Serge had him in at 2. Amarali had him in at 1. Jasser had him in at 2. For all that glazing.
Who did Jasser have one? Rafinha?
No spoilers, but someone else. Yeah.
No spoilers. Who else is gonna be, bro?
I don't know, bro. Garnacho. Fucking hell.
Bro, it's Vinny. Like, we're talking about overall quality too, right? Like, Rafinha was fucking dog shit at Leeds, and he was shit last
He's the
year.
one who kept them up, bro.
Bro, still, he made such bonehead decisions, bro. There's a reason why he got sold and they didn't complain.
Bro, ask any Leeds fan. He's a cult hero at Leeds, bro.
And then he got sold, and what happened? They got relegated, and it took him 2 seasons to get back.
Yeah.
The whole team was fucking dog shit by then, bro. But I'm saying, even at Xavi, you knew what you were fucking dealing with. You knew how he was like making stupid decisions. You wanted him sold.
He ain't the one that has his teammates saying, "Wallah, he's playing against us, brother." Though, if we want to talk about 5 years ago,
You know, first off, Vinny was young back then. The fact that he was actually like ballsy enough to take the game like that, like you could say that it could be a good thing that you'd want in a winger. But again, for now, like obviously Rafinha's better this season, but if we're talking about overall quality and like a better performance over the last few years as well, I'm taking Vinny. Like obviously, even though like I myself like don't rate him that highly, like I don't think he's like the best in the world, but I think for now, obviously, like he's proven it time and time again. So. And he's like the safe bet, you know, the safe number 1 option. If Rafinha obviously keeps it up, then that can change, right? So it's not like I don't have a dog in the fight, right? I'm just saying.
yeah, I know. Honestly, I'll continue, bro. It's Vinny, you know? I have a good history with him. I'll be honest, I was debating it up until the very end. The only reason that I put this brother down is because of his work rate. If I had Leao down because of his work rate, then I have to have Vinny down as well because of his work rate, bro. He doesn't track back. Also, his attitude, not the biggest fan. I take points off of that. They also took points off of that in Ballon d'Or as well. So, you know, you live, you learn. In terms of quality, I would have him probably 1 or 2. The only thing that brought him down, like I said, is his antics and also his work rate.
Bro, how are you
horrible.
taking points away for attitude, but you don't take into account experience?
So if I go to when we do our right winger list, then Lamine Yamal has only been relevant for 2 years, bro. So then I would have to put him low? No, he's the best player in the world. And he also tracks back as well. Like Lamine has anyways, we're not talking about Lamine. Just because I'm not gonna
I agree with you on the attitude though. I'm just asking.
I'm not gonna put someone up or down just because like they have more experience than someone, bro. Like, you know, not necessarily. Like Son has more experience than some mans, but I had Son 9, for example. Vinny, like I said, bro, like in terms of the quality, he's up there for sure, but those are the only 2 reasons that I docked him down. And I'm pretty sure that quite a few of us docked him down for that reason. We can also talk about the performances as well, where this season he's been okay, but he hasn't been to that level that we've seen. I know some people maybe don't take that into factor, like that aspect of it, like the fair play or whatnot, blah, 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 the antics. But me personally, I do. That and the work rate.
The reason that attack in Madrid isn't working, literally PSG, if you go back 2 years, right? You had Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. 3 people weren't tracking back, so it ended up essentially on the counter being a 7v10. That's what's happening at Madrid now, and they're going to have to learn and like figure it out. So that's why I didn't have Vinny as high. Obviously, he would have been second for me, but then just because of the like last 5 months, almost 6 months that Kvara's done for us, I was like, I have to put Kvara second and not third because he's just been amazing for us. Vinny's a great player. Obviously, he's been doing it now for a few years. Crucial goals in Champions League finals, you know, winning twice now as well. Not much more else you could say.
Honestly, like looking at this list right now, there's a good chance he might not be top 5 in like a few years. That's all I have to say.
Ooh.
But I think like this year, I can still give it to him. He's still like a clutch player. He's still like extremely talented. But yeah, man, like his attitude, tracking back, the way he just mixes with the team, and like I don't know, he contributes like negatively to the chemistry overall. It's like players like trying to get into positions that like they can stat pad, and it just kind of helps them, but not the team, you know. And it's like when you have a team culture around that, you're kind of doomed to fail. I don't think Xabi Alonso is gonna have much. I think this is kind of like Madrid culture right now, like at this point, and I don't think he's gonna have much ability to change that. They like to bring those types of players and that type of profile.
One last thing I want to mention, like we talk about the quality in terms of like the actual quality that you have in terms of what you can do with your feet, but mentality plays a part into your quality taking a hit as well. Because if you're not mentally stable, your quality isn't at the same level that it usually is. Like Ancelotti literally tells this brother, yo, just focus on the game, because his thinking literally makes him play shittier when he gets riled up and stuff like that. So that kind of contributes into your quality, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But,
So that,
but that's why Rashford's been so bad, bro. Because like
exactly, yeah.
ever since they stopped giving like the staff food, now he's thinking about like how is he gonna feed the staff too, man. So it's like
Well,
extra
no, like yeah,
responsibility.
Rashford, for example. I was thinking about Rashford, bro, but
No,
Rashford is
it's
another
mental.
thing
It's
where
for sure. It's a
mentally
mental thing,
like
yeah.
impacts his quality as well.
'Cause we
So
saw
like I
what
said,
he did to PSG, bro. Destroyed
yeah,
him.
He scored a penalty.
crazy. But if Vinny had the mentality that like some other wingers do, he would probably be undisputed in this list, like for sure, you know. But
Probably.
that was Vinicius Jr., okay, the Ballon d'Or winner. Now we are going to continue. Number 1, the best left winger in the world, according to our podcast. Like I said, 1 point above Vinicius Jr. with 82 points. This player finished in that number 1. We have, some would say, a Ballon d'Or contender. We have Rafinha. So, Rafinha, I had him in at 2. Eris had him in at 1. Parsa had him in at 1. Evie had him in at 4. Greg had him in at 2. Parham had him in at 1. Serge had him in at 3. Amirali had him in at 2. Jasser had him in at 1, which is surprising because he was comparing Mbappe to Rafinha before and saying Mbappe had a better season.
I don't know. I just think Vara, Leao, and Vinny have been better for longer. I mean, they're also been more dangerous for longer too. But overall, that top 4 is miles above like my other 6 picks, anyways. So if Rafinha keeps it up, obviously that would be like a closer list to me. So
Eris, anything you want to add? I know you love Rafinha. Your whole
Bro.
household actually does.
My sister, she literally has the Barca last season, the away kit, the Rafinha
Yeah.
jersey. Sure, she just likes him because she thinks he's cute, bro. That's all it is.
All right, damn.
Which
shit.
is, anyways. No, but
Why you
Rafinha's
gotta
been
out her,
absolutely...
bro?
Huh?
Why you
What?
gotta out her?
Okay, sorry. I mean, she knows his technical quality. She's
Yeah.
a Juve fan, bro. Come on, what do you mean?
Yeah.
But no, like he's been absolutely outstanding this season. Most goals and assists across all comps, even in the Champions League. Like I know people are gonna say, "Oh, it's a different format." It's like fair enough, it's a different format, but he did match Ronaldo's all-time goal and assists. Like, right? They got 21 or something like that. Or
Yeah, he
was it
matched
22?
the
Yeah.
UCL.
So that's what I mean. I know it's a different format. I know he played 3 more games. Totally fair, understandable. That's a valid reason to like say, okay, it's not the
I
same.
don't think he matched it. No, wasn't
No,
he
matched
one
he
goal
did.
behind?
matched-
He did.
No, he
He
matched
did.
it.
He's with that goal against Inter. He did. When I watched him at Leeds, like I said, he was the main reason why they didn't go down like for as long as they did. As soon as he left, boom, they get relegated. It took him 2 seasons. Now they're back in. But an absolute class player. He's been impeccable this season. I don't think anyone else has touched him this far this season. Obviously, unlucky to get knocked out in the semis against Inter. So that kind of like takes him and Yamal's stuff like a little bit of a hit in the Ballon d'Or. Not that I'm saying he can't win it. They still can with the performances. But it makes it that much harder for them. But an absolutely class left winger. And I think we didn't mention his versatility because he can play down the center as a cam. He can play on the right as well. So versatility is a big factor as well that I like to take into account. So he's up there.
Yeah, he's technically playing out of his favorite
Yeah,
position.
technically he's the right winger, right? That's
Yeah.
where like he played for Leeds out on the right, but now he's playing on the complete opposite.
He's only playing there because we have no one else, bro.
No, but that's what I mean. Like the
Yeah.
fact that he can do that and drop insane numbers, that's got to speak to his quality, right?
Bro, I think he's unstoppable. I think that there's just something about him this season just feels different, bro. Like he's so locked in. I don't know if you like ever like when you watch the games and you look at him, he has just like intensity and aura about him this season that I haven't seen with him before, and he like radiates that, bro, to the entire team. I feel like he's like great captain material too, which is like I got a huge spot, like a soft spot for like those people that are leaders like that. I love that, bro. He's incredible right now. He's not the best player in the world. I still think Lamine is the best player in the world, but he's got the stats but he still is like a top 5 like player like in terms of overall quality and everything considered. So I still think Ballon d'Or, bro, should go to him. But yeah, like Evie said though, he didn't have the greatest moments like last season or just like in general for a long period of time. So I'm really curious and like excited to see like what will happen next season.
I forgot this guy played for Rennes, right?
Rennes, yeah, for a season, bro. Look at Ligue 1, bro, just supplying the best players in the world.
Played at Rennes. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
He was at Sporting.
Yeah, I know.
He was
only a
sporting
year
with
at
Bruno.
home, yeah.
They're best friends
Yeah.
apparently, or like close friends, with what he said in an interview. Yeah.
Damn, Bruno at Barca.
I was surprised when he said that. He's like, Bruno's one of my closest friends or whatever. Anyways, yeah, Rafinha, bro, this year he's been like inevitable. There's games where he's not having the best game. I'm happy to admit that, but he always manages to have an impact in the game. So in terms of quality, I don't think he's the best winger. The thing that put him above Vinny is just the mentality that he has and the numbers that he's producing as well, bro. Like it's absolutely out of this world. Out of position as well. like we said. His weakest virtue would be the dribbling, in my opinion. That's the only thing that he has. But he's not that type of winger. He's a winger that loves to get in behind, basically, right? He has exceeded expectations. It's going to be interesting to see what he does next season as well. But he has the flair. He has the technique. He's a creating machine as well, which is very, very impressive. And he's ruthless. He does miss a couple of chances still, but he's still able to find the back of the net quite often. And he's a leader, bro. He's one of our captains this year as well. I do disagree a little bit with the fact that you guys say that maybe he wasn't the best at Leeds. He was actually linked to a lot of big clubs after, and I just think he's been pivotal. Hansi Flick loves him. I love him. If he's locked in like this, bro, like, you never know. He might actually get the Ballon d'Or if he continues for the last 3 games or something like that, right? It also depends on how other players do. I'm pretty sure a lot of people had him in their top 1 or top 2 just because I think he exceeded expectations for a lot of people. There you guys have it. That was our top 10 left wingers in the world. Let us know what you think. Like we said, number 1, Rafinha. Joga bonito, some people would say, and one of the favorites to win the Ballon d'Or. But let us know what you guys think of our list. Let us know if there's any left wingers that should have been included. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until then, we will catch you on the next episode. Take it easy.